and then I will also test whether audio is coming fair or not. Let's switch that to my options.
Cool. And demo.
Yeah, audio is coming. Let's switch that to my options. But that screen is visible now. Maybe because of yeah, now it is coming.
Captured from here.
Yes, sir. You have to look at this camera and speak, sir. Yes, sir. So we have set, sir.
Okay.
Now we are live. Yeah. We just tested audio is working fine. And then whenever you want to start, you can start, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Meantime, I will just in chat, no, sir.
Now
We will.
let me see how.
Yes.
Suppose if I have to use.
Yeah.
Here the questions will
Questions will come here, sir.
Okay.
And then if you want to skip, no, sir. At the time you have to simply click. We will be here, sir, to help you out. You have to click on this this scene and then transition. Now you can write by selecting it. But we will be here, sir. We will help you.
That.
Yeah, we will be here, sir. Definitely,
cannot,
sir. Definitely, sir. Yeah.
Click something.
We will help you out, sir. We will help you out, sir. And then let's see. Subject related questions. Subject questions.
Okay, so we can start now. I don't see any question at this moment. Can we start? It's live?
Yes, we can start, sir.
Okay, so I have few questions and I can start.
Yes.
I can begin answering these questions. One, Mr. Jena Mohan, he is asking how will be the exam pattern? What is the proportion of application problems for the exam? Is the exam computer based or paper based, and so on? So one by one, I will ask. I will answer to these questions. How will be the exam pattern? Exam will be fully online, and this will be objective type. However, it's not only the MCQ, meaning it's not only the ABCD that you have to answer. Some of the questions will be like we ask in the GATE exam, NAT, that's called the numerical answer type, meaning that you have to actually solve the problem, and whatever the answer will be, you have to write that answer. For that, the option will be given on the screen. What is the proportion of application problems for the exam? If you think that the application problem is the numerical problem, then there will be quite a few numerical problems, and all of them will be based on the lecture material that we have given in the lecture sessions. Okay, so if you really look into the lecture materials, then you will not have any problem in solving those problems or answer to those questions. Is the exam computer based or paper based? So as I said, that it will be fully online. and it's a computer-based exam, and there is be no written type of exam here. What is the future further course in this domain? I would like to learn the drive and control system for actuating these mechanisms. Now, this was not the domain of the manufacturing automation course that we have seen during these 10 hours or 20 lectures. So the future course could be the sensor technology, for example, or instrumentation. So most of those courses are offered by the electrical engineering departments or electronics departments. So you can go through the SWAM website and find out such courses like PLC control, for example, or control technology, or sensor technology, and so on. Okay, those are instrumentation type of problems. Now, the fifth question is the same as fourth. Fifth question is the integration of electrical and electronics with mechanical systems to design and fabricate automation systems. Again, this was not the domain, as you understand, of this course, manufacturing automation course. However, this can be learned from if any course is being offered from the electrical engineering department, for example. So you can go through the SWAM website. Maybe some course is there on sensor technology or on instrumentation, and you can find out there the required integration with the mechanical systems. Second question is from Mr. Subramaniam. So he's asking, I have a question regarding the precedence diagram of the plug pin. This is a power plug, you mean, probably. In that, you said that for orientation 3, the number of possible ways is 8. All right. Because of 3, 4, 5, 6 operations, but 6 cannot be done without 4 and 5. So how can you include 6 for the possible outcomes of operation 3? Well, can I have that writing thing, please, Mr. Murali?
Yes, yes.
Now, here the question is not well formulated, but anyway, I understood what you want to ask is how we are getting 40 possibilities. I will once again repeat the things that I actually said in the class, so probably that would be that will clarify things. See, the precedence diagram that we had is like this: 1, all right, then we had 2, then we had 3, then we had 4, all right, 5, and then from 4 and 5 we had the 6, all right, then we had the 7, then we had 8 and 9. So these are different kind of operations, all right. Now 1 to 2, then it goes to 3, 4, 5, then from 2 it comes to 7, then from 4, 5, and it goes to 7, and so on. Of course, the 3 goes in here, 4 comes to 6, and so on. So 1 is the load, the base assembly. 2, 3, 4, 5, these are the ground pin subassembly, neutral pin subassembly, live pin subassembly, fuse clip subassembly, and the fuse. So here the basic problem was that the 6 could not be done before you have done 4 and 5. That's one thing we said. So there are two possibilities. Either you can do it 4, then 5, then 6, or you can do 5 or 4 and then 6. So 6 will be done after the 4 and 5. That's what it was said in the precedence diagram. Either 4, 5 or 5, 4. So there are two options. All right. Now in the 3, 4, 5, 6, out of these 4, 3 can be done at any stage between 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So therefore, there are 2 here, and 4, 3, 4, 5, 6 contains 4, and here are the 2 options. So there are 8 options. Okay. You understood that. Now, operation 2 can be done at any stage in this, that is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into 8. 5 into 8, so there are 40 options. That's what it was told. Once again, I will repeat that 1, 7, 8, 9, they do not have any option. They have to be done, after 1 has to be done first, then 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, 5 has to be done, then 6, then 7, then 8, and then 9. So all those things will have altogether 40 options. So 40 different ways you can actually assemble the plug. All right, the power plug that we have taken the example. I hope this is clear, because your question does not specifically say that you are saying about the 3. So as I am telling you that 3 can be done at any stage between 3, 4, 5, 6, and 3, 4, 5, 6 already had 2 options. So therefore 1, 2, 3, 4 into 2 will be 8, and then 2 can be done at any stage between 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So another 5 into 8 equal to 40. So total number of options will be then 40. This is the thing that we have actually said in the class. I hope it is clear. Next, Mr. I can continue.
Yes, sir, you can continue.
Next, Mr. Arshad Ambekar, he is telling, please give or upload PDF format notes of all lectures. It helps us in study. It will be uploaded soon.
Yes, it will be uploaded.
It will be uploaded soon. So we are waiting for the transcripts to be over, and as soon as the transcripts are ready, so I think it will be done within 1 week. Within 1 week, I'm sure.
More than that, sir.
Because I'm only doing that. So
fine, sir.
I will upload it. I will give it
right,
within this week.
Sure, sir.
Okay, all 20 lectures. Right. So it will be done very soon. Let's say within 10-15 days. Right. Can we say that? Yes. Within 10 days. Rohit Thakur is telling where I can get more numerical to practice for my final certificate exam, and how to practice for the final exam except for the assignment questions. Now, only thing that you should concentrate on is the lecture material. I have not given anything else. Even in the handout, I have included only the lecture material, and the lecture material is in so details that if you look at the lecture material, because there only I have discussed many of the numerical problems. All right. So I think it will be enough for the preparation of your exam, certificate exam. However, there are 3 books which I named in the, you can see that in the course manual, course homepage. There are 3 books which are given. One is the the Grover book. Another 2 books are the Pauli and Moore. These are the automatic assembly. So you can go through those books also. They have also several numerical problems. But however, those numerical problems that we have discussed during the lecture hours, those are the classic problems. They reflect the course material that we have discussed in the lecture hours, and I think it will be sufficient. It will actually, if you look into those numerical problems carefully, you will have a fairly good idea of solving similar problems using that theory that has been delivered in the lecture classes. Mr. Mahesh Kumar asking 6 questions. First is that what is the exam pattern? I have already told the exam pattern is the computer based. It will be objective types, but there will be not only the MCQ, that means not only the 4 or 5 choices out of that you have to select one, but there will be some NAT type questions. NAT means that numerical answer type. These problems are given in the GATE or even in the JEE also. So there you have to solve the problem, and whatever answer you are getting, you have to actually type that answer. There will be no choice given. Okay, so some of the questions will be like that also. And only thing is that those questions you will be able to solve if you go through the lecture material thoroughly. Everything will be given in the lecture material. I will not be asking in the exam anything which is not given by me during the lecture hours. Let me assure you that. Okay, and it will be quite simple. I have made the questions in such a way that at least 60 to 70% students would not have any problem in solving them. All right, if you go through the lecture material properly. Can we expect problems for exams? Yes, problems will be there, numerical problems. The problems, similar problems which I have discussed in the lecture hours, and the problems which will actually you can solve if you go through the derivations. Okay, for example, the bowl feeder. all right, vibratory ball feeder or reciprocating tube hopper feeder or center board hopper feeder. So those were discussed in great details. Equations were derived. If you look at them, so the numerical problems will be the direct application of those equations. Okay, let me tell you. Question 3 is it possible to get pass mark without answering problems? I think, Mr. Mahesh, you should not expect only the pass marks. You should expect much more than that, because the course is very simple. I have explained it in great details, and each material I have repeated again in the next class just for you to understand in a better way. So this is not only for the for obtaining the pass marks. You should do much more than that. And I think you have to solve the problems also to get good marks. All right, and why you are afraid of solving the problems? As I said, that those problems will be directly related to the material that I have discussed in the class. Moreover, many of those numerical problems I have discussed, I have derived, and I have solved those during the lecture sessions. Fourth question is, do we have MCQs or descriptive type questions? We will not have any descriptive type questions. All questions will be objective types, but they are not all MCQs. There will be few of the NAT types, that is numerical answer type questions. What is the right course to choose to learn after completing manufacturing automation? I have answered to this question while I was answering to Mr. Jehana Mohan's questions. Jehan Mohan's questions. So these will be the courses on sensor technology, courses from the instrumentation, okay, control theories, for example. So those will be, few of them are theory based, few of them will be practical oriented, which will give you the interfacing of the electronics and electrical devices with the mechanical devices. So you can go for those kind of courses. You can see in the SWAM portal, there are a lot of such courses there, offered by different faculty members, and you can go for those courses. How should we prepare to score high marks? Look at the material very carefully and try to understand that. You will, I'm sure you will score very high marks. Okay, so these are the questions that I had probably from the portal which you have given earlier, but there are quite a few questions now I can see. Mr. Pradeep Kumar, this course is for automation of small engineering parts. Do same automation techniques are used for all automatic systems? Yes, similar. Overall the answer will be yes. All right, but the devices that we have discussed, these are actually for the small engineering parts. Let me give you an example. Suppose you have to have the automatic assembly of the car. All right, there you have the small engineering parts as well as the big engineering, big parts like chassis, for example. Okay, so for carrying out chassis from one place to another place, the similar devices that we have discussed, material handling, that also can be used there. All right. Second question, Mr. Pradeep Kumar sir, where could we utilize what we learned from this course? Could we get any internship opportunity in IITs or any companies? Yes, you can get. There are internship programs at IITs, particularly at IIT-Kanpur. There are forms available. If you go to website, Dean of Academic Affairs or Dean of Students Affairs, you will find the internship forms. Fill that form and send it. There is a last date for that. That is for IIT Kanpur. Similarly, if you contact the different kind of automobile industries, machine tool industries, okay, manufacturing industries, you can get the internship as well. All right, and where you can utilize is directly there. Like all manufacturing engineers, they are supposed to know the automatic assembly that we have discussed during the course. Mr. Murali Krishnan.
No, it's me, sir.
Oh, it's you. Okay. Piali Goswami. Sir, may I know how many students are registered for exam?
Right now, we don't have the data, sir. Whenever we have, we will post it in the
Well, right now we have, as Mr. Murali is telling, we do not have the exact data. So as soon as we get the exact data, we'll post it on the course website. Okay. Piali, you understood that, right? Now, Marco van Basten. you have asked some questions in assignments which were not in your slides, found difficulty in answering them. Mr. Bastian, I really cannot be in agreement with you. I have looked into those assignment problems very carefully before I have put it in. But anyway, if you have any specific difficulty in this, kindly send an email in the answer portal. Okay, in the, what is that portal
Forum,
called?
sir. Ask him to write in the forum, sir.
Write it in the forum. I will answer to that. I'll make sure that I will answer to your question. Mr. Baston, is it clear to you that if you have any specific problem for any question in the assignment, okay, and please ask that question in the forum, okay, and I will answer to your question. Mr. Kumail Abbas, you are asking, if we cannot understand topic from lectures, then which book can I prefer? I have already told about the books. There are 3 books that I have mentioned in the course portal. One book is of the Groover book, all right, and the 2 more books. One is of automatic assembly, and the another is also on the automatic assembly. Poley and Moork. One of these books will be is available in the Indian market. You can purchase that book. Or you can purchase it online, and those books will have sufficient clarity apart from the lecture material that we have discussed. Is there Marco van Basten, Mr. Basten, you are again asking, is there any question mark, is there any negative marks for NAT questions? No, there will be no negative marks for NAT questions. It's actually almost the same way that we ask questions in the GATE, okay, GATE, Graduate Aptitude Test Exam in engineering. Mr. Basten, is it clear that there's no negative marking for the NAT questions? Mr. Manish Sharma, dear participants, it is better to ask questions related to the course. Thanks, NPTEL. Now, Mr. Manish, if you are asking that we should ask the question related to the course, I can assure you and I can guarantee you.
Our staff is moderating this event, sir.
Oh, you are moderating. I can guarantee you that the questions will be only from the related to the course. Questions in the exam, I mean to say. Mr. Nityanandam Kamal, sir, are your lecture either useful for write the exam or another books are needed to prepare for the exam? I understand that. Mr. Kamal, I have already told that lecture material will be enough for answering the questions. If you want to know more details, which we could not have discussed because of the lack of time, you can look at those 3 books that I have referred to in the course portal, Groover book and Poley and Moore Automatic Assembly. All right. So those are the 3 books. However, lecture material will be quite enough for answering the questions in the exam. But for your understanding, deeper understanding, you can consult books. Mr. Pradeep Kumar, you are asking, sir, I have some trouble in vertical delivery feed track. Could you explain in details if possible? Mr. Pradeep Kumar, if you can, if you kindly let me know what exactly in the vertical delivery feed track. But overall, I will tell you that vertically delivered feed tracks are quite simple. Okay, horizontal delivery feed tracks are more complicated in the sense that in the horizontal delivery feed track, there will be some horizontal sections. And if the feed track is not filled up, you understand that the last part which is coming from the bowl feeder will push the parts if only the feed track is filled up. Okay, now in horizontal delivery feed track, what happens is that if it is not filled up, then parts located at the horizontal position, they will not be able to go to the automatic assembly machine. In case of vertical assembly, feed track, then all the parts are delivered to the machine by the acceleration due to gravity. So therefore, there is no problem in the vertical delivery feed track. However, some specific problem that you have regarding the vertical delivery feed track, you can let me know in the forum. I will answer to your question. Okay. Mr. Prasenjit Chakrabarti, what is actually different between mean conveying velocity or conveying velocity? Okay, Mr. Prasenjit. Now, conveying velocity, ideally this is maximum. Okay, ideally the conveying velocity that we get, we call it as a maximum conveying velocity. That means this is if we consider that all the time, for example, let's say vibratory bowl feeder, or let's say good example will be the center board hopper feeder. Let's say in the center board hopper feeder, when the blade is going up, all right, if we assume that all the time the track is filled up by the parts, all right, then it is delivering all the time. In each cycle it is delivering the length of the track divided by the length of the part, okay, which we said as the small l divided by capital L. But what happens is all the time it may not be able to pick up a small l by capital L number of parts. Suppose the maximum capability that the board can have, it's, let's say, 5 parts. Okay, so once it is coming up taking up 5 parts, next time it can come up with the 4 parts, next time it can come up with 3 parts, next time again it can come up with the 5 parts, and so on. So you have to see that what is the efficiency, and if you multiply by the efficiency, the maximum output or maximum delivery capability, which is the maximum which we are calling as an ideal one, that multiplied by the efficiency will be the mean conveying velocity. You understand that? Average conveying velocity. I hope, Prasenjit, it is clear. In case something else you need or some more details you need, please ask in the forum. I will answer to your question. All right. Mr. Pradeep Kumar, only time of delivery equation was given, but in horizontal it has many equations. Yes, Mr. Pradeep Kumar, if you understand that we do not have those problems in the vertical delivery feed track like we have the problems in the horizontal delivery feed tracks. Therefore, all those equations will not come in the vertical delivery feed track. Just think of it. Just take those two side by side and think why it will not come. I have just now explained it to you, because in the vertical delivery feed track we do not have any horizontal portion. So therefore those equations which you have delivered in the case of horizontal delivery feed track, inclined one or the horizontal one, those will not come in the vertical delivery feed track. It is only due to the gravity. Okay, so therefore these equations will not come there. Mr. Pritham Pine, sir, your assignment question 2 or assignment 2, question 10, how the power required to drive an indexing unit will be obtained from the dynamic torque, not from static torque. Yes, see, the dynamic torque and the static torque, you understand what it is. Like when it is rotating, all right, dynamic torque is the one when there are parts, weight is there, and static torque is only when it is rotating idle. Okay, so therefore it will be, of course, decided by this dynamic torque. Mr. Kumail Abbas, you are asking, sir, why the question 4 and 5 in assignment 4 is re-evaluated. My answers are correct and I can understand it correctly. It is mentioned that it has a typographic mistake. Yes, while uploading, I think one of these questions, I don't really remember which question it is, but one of these questions did not come involves no human intervention. Well, Mr. Rohit Thakur asking, in some topics I have had problem in imagining the actual assembly machine only by seeing sectional diagrams, machine like gate, hopper, feeder. So are there any videos to get better understanding? Well, there might be some videos in the Google. I have not checked exactly, so you can please check. There could be some 3D model or something, but most of the hopper feeders I have given in the 3D, in the pictorial view, so that it could be understood. All right, but you can see some of these. For example, you said that machine like gate hopper feeder, external gate hopper feeder, you mean to say. External gate hopper feeder also was given in the 3D, the pictorial view. So that should be sufficiently clear. Anyway, the working principle you can see if you Google external hopper feeder, maybe some diagram can come. I'm not sure. I have not checked it myself. Then Mr. Darshan Srivastav is asking, sir, are the part feeding systems, the feed tracks and part orienting systems that we have learned in this course also applicable in a flexible manufacturing system? Well, flexible manufacturing system. Let us decide. Let us define what is flexible manufacturing system. Flexible manufacturing system is something which is applicable when we have the batch production, for example. So we need different configuration of the parts to be made by one machine. If you remember, we said in the definition of the flexible manufacturing system that it is actually even better than the programmable automation system. Okay, because the program change is done offline, or the pallet fixtures are used. So we are actually implementing the flexible manufacturing system in the automation. I would put that question in a different way. So yes, these flexible automation, flexible manufacturing systems are also used in the manufacturing automation, not other way around. Okay. Now, Mr. Kamalini Sivakumar asking, sir, in assignment, some question answer so critical, but the score is 0. So correct or critical, something CRT you are writing. Well, I don't know. I mean, if it is correct, answer is correct, answer is given to you, it has been uploaded. Kindly check with your answer if it is correct and still you did not score, or it has been given 0. Please write to us on the forum. We will take care of that. All right. Any other question, please? I don't have any other question in this chat.
Yes. So would you like to have some tea or coffee, sir, meantime?
That's okay. Yeah.
We'll give you 2-3 minutes time, sir.
Yeah, sure. Mm-hmm. It is online still, right?
Yes, sir. It's near online only, sir. Yes.
Okay. I hope I have answered to these questions. Yes, there is one more question. Prosenjit Chakravarti, what is Geneva mechanism? I have shown it to you, Prosenjit, in one of my classes. You remember? This is a disk. Well, let me show it to you once more, probably. In that case, I don't have the slides because then the slides have to be shown. Well, let me remind you. It may be you can see the lecture number 2 or 3. There are two types of Geneva mechanisms are shown. One is the Geneva mechanism, and another was groove where there are groups. So we said that in Geneva mechanism, normally Geneva mechanisms are used. It is called Geneva mechanism, for some reason. So Geneva mechanism is such a mechanism where it is the drive is given continuously to Geneva mechanism, where a pin rotates continuously, and that pin goes in and out to the groups of the Geneva mechanism. All right, and it actually rotates the Geneva mechanism and it lets it stop for some time. So we called it as a dwelling time. So it indexes and dwells, stops for some time. Indexes and dwells, stops for some time. And that is required when you are having an automatic assembly. When the assembly process is done, so the rotating table has to stop for some time for the assembly process to be completed. Okay, so you look at that material. Geneva mechanism is described there. All right, if you have further queries, you write to me in the forum. I will reply to your question. Mr. Arshad Ahmed, you are asking, provide the PDF of whole course. Yes, it will be provided. As I said, it will take maybe another 1 week or 10 days, so it will be provided. It is not the PDF of the whole course, but it is in the transcribed thing. So it is, you can say that this is the PDF. Okay. Mr. Kumar Abbas, sir, I scored 22 out of 37 in assignment. Then I fulfill one criteria. Well, I mean, that I cannot say what are the criteria, but that will be looked into, and all these criteria are given in the actually website. If you see the website very clearly, that you have to pass how much marks you have to score in assignment, how much marks you have to score in the exam. Those are all given, Mr. Abbas. Okay, so you look at it. Mr. Bhupinder Singh, you are asking, said, tell something about exam, like exam pattern. Something about exam, I have already told many things about exams. The exam will be very simple, let me tell you. Let me assure you, in fact. Simple, provided that you have gone through all the lectures, all the lecture material carefully. Everything I have discussed in great details. If you remember, I have discussed one topic in one lecture, and in the next lecture I have in great details repeated once again, so that you could understand it in a better way. So if you look at the lecture material, if you look at the sessions, the video sessions, it will be enough for you to answer. I am not giving any question in the exam which will be outside that, whatever I have told you during the lecture sessions. Okay, I can assure you that. Mr. Bhupinder Singh. Now, Parthamesh Mandave, you are asking what is the scenario of automation in India. Well, in India, the automation scenario is not very promising. Not very promising only because of the high investment which many of the companies, including government, not ready to do, except probably the Tata and few other similar companies. All right, because the outcome will be, or the return will take few years. So that initial investment is very high, as I said. So that investment is being done gradually. It's not the complete manufacturing automation that has been introduced, but it is being done gradually. All right. Well, I hope, Mr. Mandave, it is clear to you that we are not very pessimistic about it. We are rather optimistic, and we are waiting for this scale to be bigger in the automobile industries, in the machine tool industries, okay, and to implement the manufacturing automation more and more. And I hope it will be done in near future. Mr. Darshan Srivastav, you are asking, sir, what are the relevant areas of research or project work in this field of manufacturing automation in the current scenario? Relevant areas, all mechanical areas, I mean, mostly manufacturing areas. These are related areas. Okay. Now, particularly, you are asking in the field of manufacturing automation. In the field of manufacturing automation, like sensor technology, for example, interfacing of the electronic and the electrical devices with mechanical system, for example, these are the relevant topics and the relevant material for the research. Mr. Baston, you are asking again, this is machine learning the future of mechanical engineers? What would be the scenario of thermal system mechanical engineers? Well, machine learning, as I understand, is applicable in many areas, including the mechanical engineering. And I cannot say that this is the future of mechanical engineers, but machine learning will be one of the aspects or one of the components which will help you, being good mechanical engineer. That's how I can actually tell you. This is a component of mechanical engineering. It can be a component of the mechanical engineering, but mechanical engineering has many more and many other things rather than machine learning. Mr. Parichai Mandal, you are asking in lecture 5 in case of 1 out of 10,000. Yes, Mr. Mandal, that was a mistake. So we had a first 1 out of 100. Okay, so kindly make that example as the improvement in the part quality, so that there would be 1 out of 1,000 parts will be faulty. Then everything falls in places. This to many emails I have replied in the forum. You can see the forum, and to 2-3 persons at least I have replied for this problem. Okay, Parichai, you understood what I'm saying. Now, first we have seen that 1 out of 100 parts is faulty. Okay, now we are improving the part quality so that 1 out of 1,000, not 10,000. If we do 1 out of 1,000, then it is falling in place. Okay. Because you are getting that solution is written 0.999, so 999 will be 1000 minus 1, isn't it? So that's why I'm telling that it is not 1 out of 10,000, but it should be 1 out of 1000. Any other question, please? I hope I have answered to all these questions that you had. Prosenjit, you are asking what is vibration angle. Vibration angle is the angle between the maximum inertia force and the line of the track. Okay, maximum inertia force is mp a0 omega square. All right, this inertia force is, if you remember that we have a line diagram on the track, inclined with the horizontal by theta. And on that inclined track, we have a part where the linear vibration and the torsional vibration are applied. Because of that, there is a maximum inertia force, which is mp a0 omega square, and that direction makes an angle with the line of the track. All right, with the line parallel to the line of the track, that is the angle which is called the vibration angle. All right, the angle at which the vibration acts, in one word. Hope it is clear, Prasenjit. All right. Any other question right now? I hope I have answered to these questions, so many that you had. I don't have any other question right now. So once again, you have seen all the videos, all right, and in the videos, everything has been very discussed very detailed, so that you could understand each of them, each of these mechanisms. Those mechanisms are very simple mechanisms, but they are very effective, and they are popularly used in the automatic assembly process. Okay, so that's why we have discussed in that great details each of these mechanisms, and each of these mechanisms I have given in the three-dimensional, that means in the pictorial view. Ayush Shingle is asking, how can fuzzy power electronic controller can be designed efficiently? Ayush, I'm sorry, I'm not from the power electronic specialization, and I have no idea about fuzzy power electronic controller. For that, you have to consult some professor from the electronics or electrical. All right. Ayush, I'm sorry, I won't be able to answer that, because I am a hardcore mechanical engineer. All right. And fuzzy power electronic controller is not in my domain. Nikhil Hubbali is asking, how some answers are correct, but they are credited 0. Sir, what about that? Please, Nikhil, we will take care of that. You put those examples that you are talking about, okay, in the forum, and we will take care of that. That if your answer is correct and 0 mark is given, that's a very serious issue, and that has to be taken care of. Okay, write it in forum, and we'll take care of that. All right, Nikhil, don't worry. Pradeep Kumar, you are asking, thank you for live interaction, sir. It made all doubt clear. Hi, Pradeep. How can be all doubt clear? Ask some more question. I'm sure that some doubts you'll be having in further. Pradeep, ask more questions. Come on. Okay. Arya Prasad, you are asking, thanks a lot, sir. This was a very interesting interaction. With mechanical engineering knowledge, you should go and apply all these things in the industry. All right, Nikhil. Nikhil Hubali, thank you, sir. Okay, Nikhil, yeah, you said that your answers are correct, but you credited 0. Please, Nikhil, you let me know which one of them. We'll take care of that. Amit Tiwari is asking, meanwhile, sir, now how we can do revision for exam, which is nearly after a month. Amit Tiwari, there are two things. One is that you go through the lectures once again, all right, derive the equations yourself. If you cannot look at the lecture material, come back to the lecture material. If you have any problem, write it in the forum. And the next thing that we will help you in doing that is that we are sending the PDF version of the course material, and you will have the access to that. Probably it will take another 7 to 10 days. All right. Amit, is it clear? Kamalini Sivakumar sir, give a glance about feeder and indexing. Feeder and indexing, I have given enough of that. Kamalini, come on, Sivakumar, I have given enough. Look at the lecture material. All right, I have given enough feeder and indexing examples. You mean to say hard? I mean the one that is actually the in practice. That of course I didn't have it, but you can go to any industry where the automation is practiced, okay, and you can see some of them. In fact. Darshan Srivastav is asking, sir, what is machine to machine communication being taught nowadays in concern with industrial IoT and Industry 4.0. What is machine-to-machine communication? Machine learning, you mean to say? Okay, being talked nowadays in concern with industrial uh, LOT or IoT and IoT and Industry 4.0. Yeah, Industry 4.0. Here the machine learning is talked about, machine communication. So in that, of course, I cannot throw much light on this. So you can actually go through some. You have to go through some book and other literature. I'm sorry, Darshan, I cannot throw much light on this. Okay, because I am not a specialist in this area. Mr. Athreya Prasad, you are asking, even I have undergone with the same scenario in my assignment 4, I have credited 0 for my correct answers. Mr. Prasad, please let me know which one is that, and I will look into it. Please send it in the forum. All right, and I have one TA also. He is continuously looking at following the forum. I am also myself continuously following the forum. So kindly write in the forum and we'll look into that. Okay, but please mind one thing, that in one assignment, one question in one of the assignments, that was not fully loaded, so we have actually eliminated that. All right. Mr. Ayush Singhal, sir, please enlighten about HART. No answer, because HART was not the part of this course, and I cannot throw much light on this. Okay. Athreya Prasad, please guide me through what? Athreya, you complete your sentence. Okay. Prasenjit, what is walking beam transfer and Paul type? Walking beam is the conditional name. Okay, it goes like this. Okay, so that means as if it is walking, and it's a beam on which the parts are, work carriers taking the parts are being lifted up and placed, then again being lifted up and placed, so as if it is walking. So that's why it is called the walking beam. So basically it is to shift the work carrier with the parts from one position to another position, and those positions are where the work heads are located, so that it goes to one work head getting the operation completed, and then it is shifted to another workplace. Okay. uh, okay, where was that walking beam? Okay. Now, Parichai Mandal is asking, sir, if possible, please give the numerical solution in details of assignment. Yes, I have given. It has been uploaded. Please look at it. All the details workout have been given for the assignments as well. If there is a numerical problem, and I have asked my TA to upload it. If it is not uploaded, let me know. We will take care of that. Okay. Once again, all the assignment problems where we have the numerical type, I have given the detailed answer and it will be uploaded, or it is already uploaded. Kumail Abbas, sir, what is part placing mechanism and downtime? They are very different. Part placing mechanism is something which will ensure that one by one the parts are placed, so to say, on the workhead. And downtime is something where when the machine is not working, either it cannot get a part, or something went wrong in the part, something broken, and the machine is down. So that's called downtime. All right, Kumail. Now, Naman Patel is asking, sir, when we get the PDF version of this course? Within a week or 10 days. Okay, you will get it. I have already prepared it, and it is on the way. Shiva Vigro, you are asking, sir, what is our final assignment marks out of 25? That will be uploaded. That has not been decided yet. That will be uploaded very soon. Pradeep Kumar, you are asking, sir, what is the use of diameters that was drawn in tumbling barrel hopper feeder? Diameter of the hopper, you mean to say? We only calculated feed rate in velocity, modified efficiency, and length of part. Pradeep Kumar, if you have to find out the velocity of the hopper, you have to know the diameter. So find out that in the diameter, diameter was used when the velocity was determined, velocity of the hopper, because the hopper is rotating. All right. Well, not in the case of tumbling barrel hopper feeder. No, not in the tumbling barrel. I'm talking about the other hopper feeders where the feeder is moving. Hopper feeder is moving. In case of tumbling barrel hopper feeder, the velocity of this barrel is important, because if it is going at a higher velocity, by inertia, these fins where the parts are located may not be able to throw that on the track, which is vibratory track. Okay, and it will just go, it will rotate along with the parts, but at a certain velocity the parts will be falling. That's what we want. In the fins, in the tumbling barrel, we have the parts nested, so those parts have to fall on the track, and at a higher velocity it will not be falling. So there will be critical velocity at which only the parts will be falling on the track. Okay. Prosenjit, you are asking why it uh, is rarely economical to use indexing machines having a large number of automatic workstations. Prosenjit, I have already discussed in great details that more number of machines will have more probability of breakdown. And in here, keep in mind one thing, that all the machines are dependent. If one machine stops, I have already shown it in great details in one of my classes. If one machine stops, the machine on the left, the machine on the all machines on the right, all machines on the left will be affected. I have analyzed that. Look at in one of my lectures, it is there. So therefore, more number of machines will have more probability of downtime, and therefore it is not economical. Okay, Prasenjit. Um, no, this was by what is that? Okay, all right, Prosenjit. Yes, yeah, Prosenjit. I hope I have replied to your question. Pradeep Kumar, you are asking also here. 0.7 parts per second is added to the feed rate. Where, Pradeep? What is the use of diameter of the diameter was drawn in tumbling barrel hopper feeder? We only calculated feed rate in velocity, modified efficiency, and length of part. Mr. Pradeep Kumar, one thing you should remember, that when we are talking about the tumbling barrel hopper feeder, all right, for the feeding of the part, we are actually talking about the track, all right, on in which the parts are falling from the tumbling barrel, and then the feeder track. This is exactly the same as the vibratory bowl feeder. Okay, so you look into the vibratory bowl feeder and apply all these equations that we have derived, all the the concepts that we have learned, that will be applicable to that. That is what the tumbling barrel hopper feeder is. All right, Pradeep. Prasenjit, I have replied to your question. Pradeep, I didn't understand what you are saying about this. Also here, 0.7 parts per second is added. So give more details in the forum. I will reply to that. All right, Pradeep. Mahesh Kumar, you are asking, sir, can we get model question papers for manufacturing automation final exam? Mahesh, I have during my course of lectures, okay, in few lectures I have given numerical examples. You remember that? Those are the numerical examples. Similar to that, you will get it in the exam. All right. Kuryachan Benny Sankurikal, you are asking, sir, can we use Geneva mechanism other than in automation? Of course, you can use it. All right. If it is not even automation, even for machining, for example, in one machine, okay, you are using the Geneva mechanism, so it is actually bringing the part there. All right. The machining is done, and then you remove the part so that the next part can come. It can be used even if you are not in automation. Geneva mechanism is used in many devices. You just carefully look into that. In our even BTech projects or the second year manufacturing projects, most of the groups they're using Geneva mechanism just to give an interrupted movement. Okay, wherever the interrupted movement is used, then the Geneva mechanism is very useful. All right, look at any mechanism with the interrupted motion. Okay, Kuryachan, I hope I have replied to your question. Geneva mechanism is very popular. It's very easy to make. It's very effective. and only drawback is that it has a limited number of stopovers. Okay, and another drawback is that the pin, the entire torque is on the pin. So if the pin is not properly designed, if the pin is not strong enough, then it may not bear all the torque, and then it can break, and then it will fail. All right. But otherwise, general mechanism is a wonderful mechanism. It's very old, it's very effective, till it is used in many mechanisms, including the including during in the automatic assembly process that I have already given you the examples. Okay. Any other question? Right now, I do not have any other question. Mahesh, you are satisfied? Model questions, you look from the examples. Pradeep, tell me more about the question, that 0.7 parts per second. Well, if I remember, that was a curve shown to you, and there we have seen that 0.7 parts per second. This is on an average. Okay, so it may so happen that in one cycle there will be no part coming. In one cycle there could be two parts coming. So on an average, this is 0.7 parts per second. This is the answer to your question. I remember there is a curve given. Okay, Mr. Pradeep Kumar. Well, any other question? Right now, I do not have. Yes, Mahesh Kumar, you are asking, sir, for assignment 3, 3, I scored 5 out of 10. But in my progress section in home page, it shows 44% instead of 55. Kindly please rectify that.
Ask him to write in the forum, sir.
Mr. Mahesh, kindly write it in the forum and we will take care of that surely, definitely. Write it in the forum definitely, and we are checking that very scrupulously, regularly. We'll take care of that. Prosenjit, you are asking, what is dimensionless normal track acceleration? This is An by Gn. Okay, so what happens is that when it is dimensionless, it's like coefficient. It's always very easy to use. So An by Gn, we have derived that. What is An? An is the next. An itself is a normal acceleration, and that we are dividing by the normal acceleration due to gravity, and therefore we are getting that dimensionless, because these are without any dimension. Okay, and it is easy to use. Naman Patil is asking, sir, how production time is related to throughput time. Okay, throughput time is the time when you have the complete assembly. So this is into the number of stations, if you remember. Okay, so you look at the material, lecture material. There I have discussed this, that how it is coming. So you have to multiply by the number of machines for the throughput time. Okay, and for the what is that? Yeah, for the production time, it's the production rate that is important, and the production time, 1 by production time is the production rate. So therefore, it is number of machines will be immaterial. All right, it is a cycle time that you have to know, and because in each cycle there will be one machine or one product which will be delivered. Please look into the lecture material; it is given in details. All right. Darshan Srivastav asking, in some research papers, they use the term make span time for assembly lines. Is it same as throughput time? I am not very sure. These may be some American terms or some other this thing. I know I told you about the throughput time, so go about it. And I do not know about the make span time. I don't have an idea. I have not come across. All right, Darshan. So you look at it. You have said what is throughput time. Throughput time is the total time to make an assembly. So that depends on the number of machines. All right. Sani Prasad asking, sir, what is line efficiency and difference between production time and throughput time? Production time and throughput time, I just told you that production time does not depend on the number of machines. Throughput time depends on the number of machines, because throughput time is the total time to make an assembly, and production time depends on the production rate, that means the cycle time. All right, and efficiency is well, how efficiently it is working. All right, that means you remember that for each of these hopper feeders, we are multiplying the maximum feed rate to the efficiency, so to find out the mean feed rate. Because as I just now said, that every time you are not getting the full track. You understand what I'm saying is that the track, suppose it may get let's say 5 parts. So not all the time when the track is coming up and down, not all the time you're getting all 5 parts. Sometimes you can get 3, sometimes it is getting 4, sometimes 5, and so on. So the efficiency you have to find out by running this feeder or a particular feeder few times and see on an average how many parts are coming, that you are dividing by the maximum number of parts that the feeder can get. Maximum number of parts will be the length of the track divided by the length of each of these parts. Okay, small l by capital L. Chetan M. Sir, I am very much happy to learn from an IITian lecturer. Thanks a lot. You are most welcome, Chetan. We are pleased to deliver materials to you. Hope so. I will. Where is it? Hope so. I will meet you when I come to Kanpur for internship. Yes, Chetan, you are most welcome. So meet me whenever you are coming to Kanpur. All right. Yes, anything else? Any other this thing I don't see? Throughput time we had. Darshan Srivastava have replied to that. Mexpan, Darshan, I really don't have any idea about Mexpan, but you can find out if Mexpan is the throughput time. I'm not very sure. Okay. Sani Prasad, I have also replied to your question about efficiency and the difference between production time and throughput time. I have also discussed this question in great details in the lectures. Okay, so please find out, Sunny. Chetan, thank you once again. So I hope you would succeed in coming to IIT Kanpur for your internship. Okay, and see you there then when you come. All right. Pritham Pine, come on. Ask question. I don't have right now any other question. I have replied to all other questions, whatever I had. Yes, Prasenjit, what is downtime? Downtime, I have already said that when the machine is not down, machine is not working. That means either the machine is not getting a part, but it is ready to do that, so it is stopped. Okay, or something is broken inside. Suppose while drilling, the drill has broken inside the part, so the machine has to stop, and that time during which it is stopping, it is stopped, it is the downtime. Clear? Prasenjit, I hope it is clear. Arabindu Chatterjee, you are asking the most significant factor affecting the efficiency of the external gate hopper feeder is the hopper inclination angle. How? Yes, the hopper inclination angle, because the other factors do not affect very much, because as the hopper is inclined effectively, the parts will be, this is the external gate hopper feeder. Yes, this is the in that case the parts will be effectively fed to the periphery, and they will be nested. Maximum number of parts will be nested, okay, in the slots, and they can be actually coming out from the external gate, which is at the outer wall of the stationary wall. All right. Mahesh Kumar, sir, I got 5 out of 10 in assignment, but in progress page it shows. Mahesh, once again, you please, I replied to somebody else, you send this problem in the forum. All right, and we will look into it. We are actually following the forum every day very carefully, and we are replying to all the questions. You write it in the forum, Mahesh. Kumail Abbas, sir, there is loss of 10 lakh jobs of automobile industry. Then what is the scope of mechanical engineering in India? Kumail, don't be heartbroken. Okay, be optimistic. Well, that you are telling that 10 lakh jobs loss, yes, I should agree to that. But this is because of many other factors. You understand that. That includes the political factors, that includes the economical factor, and many other things. But I'm sure, Kumail, that we don't have to be heartbroken for that. And the mechanical engineers are always in demand. They will be always in demand, be it in automobile industry or any other industry. Why you are talking about only automobile industry? We have a lot more industries where mechanical engineer is a must. Even in electronic industry, mechanical engineer is must. So don't get heartbroken, Kumail. Okay, be optimistic. Pritham Pine, you are asking, sir, those who are saying the answer is correct in assignment but score has not been credited is because those question has been re-evaluated without considering those questions. Maybe, Pritham, yes, maybe you are right. So if you have any problem, once again, any one of you regarding the discrepancy of the answer and the score, you please write to the forum, okay, and we will reply to that. Pradeep, you are asking N1 MPG cos theta m equal to MPA, but further it was calculated as A is equal to G cos theta divided by RB. It should be RB minus L by 2 answer. Pradeep, I don't have the material, any material right now with me, so it is difficult for me to connect it from memory. So if you can write the same thing in the forum, I personally will reply to that, and then I can see the notes and I will understand what you are talking about. But right now I'm not able to connect it because I don't have the material with me. Okay, Pradeep. So you write to me in the forum. I will reply to that. All right.
You're almost at the end of the session, sir. So,
Okay, boys and girls, so thank you very much once again. I'm really happy to not really meet you, but at least to talk to you, and I'm happy to see your questions. I understand that you are taking interest, and once again, I can assure you, please don't get worried about exam. For the preparation of the exam, you have to look at the lecture material very carefully and derive these equations that we have done for each of these feeders, each of these mechanisms once again yourself, and then you will not have any problem in the exam. Okay, but in the exam the problems will also be asked, so you have to be prepared for answer to those questions as well. Few questions have come. Pradeep Kumar in centerboard hopper feeder, sir. Pradeep, once again, please write in the forum. Okay. Piali Goswami, thank you Piali for your questions. Amit Tiwari, thank you once again to all of you. I'm really happy to answer to all your questions. I can see that you are getting interest, and once again I'm telling you that mechanical engineers should not be heartbroken. We are always required everywhere. We say mechanical engineers like a potato. Okay, potato you use everywhere in any curry, even in dal, right? So mechanical engineers are like potato. Everywhere you need a mechanical engineer. So don't get heartbroken. Sir, please do the session one more time before exam. I will try to do that if it permitted by the NPTEL. Shiva Vigro, thank you very much. Thank you, Shiva. Thank you, all of you. So the session is over, and if NPTEL permits, I will be glad to meet you once again. Okay, let me tell you. Thank you.
thank you so much.
Okay.